What's up, you filthy heretics? How you doing? My name is Asmogan, and I am a Black Templar YouTuber with a focus on 40K, gaming, and comedy. Hope you all not only enjoy this video, but the rest of the content I produce. Now, on to the lore dump. As I mentioned in the very first episode of this series, the Primarchs are genetic demigods created by the Emperor of Mankind and serve as the genetic templates for the Legionis Astartes. In an attempt to hinder this, the Chaos Gods decided to play golf with the test tube baby Primarchs and putted each of them across the galaxy to many different human worlds. One such baby Primarch was one who would come to be called Leman Russ. This nigh-immortal bundle of joy landed on Fenris, a snowy ice planet that would make Hoth from Star Wars blush. After landing, the Primarch would soon encounter his foster family-to-be, said family being a giant mother thunderwolf who took him in and raised him as her own. No, I'm not joking. Leman Russ would live as a wolf into adulthood, when Fenrisian hunters killed his family, with the exception of two other thunderwolves, Frecky and Gary. It's Gary with an I, so it's not as dumb. Despite the young Primarch killing many huntsmen with his bare hands, the Fenrisians decided to take the boy to their king of the Russ tribe. Two guesses on where his last name comes from. Anyway, the king, seeing potential in the young man, adopts him into his household. Russ soon learned the ways and languages of man with great speed. He even became the tribe's most powerful warrior. But it does help to be a genetically engineered demigod who is literally raised by wolves. Anywho, Russ soon became the greatest and mightiest warrior of all of Fenris. Legends and folklore spread about him far and wide, and knowing 40K, all of it probably happened exactly as described, and when the former king passed, no one had a singular doubt about who would take up the mantle of king. That of course being Gary! Huh? What? Sorry, typo. The new king being, of course, Leman Russ! Stupid skull, you have one job, to write these damn scripts. Anyway, back on track. So, Russ, now king and the ultimate uncontested lord of all of Fenris, attracted the attention of Terra and likewise a certain Primarch-obsessed collector, the Emperor of Mankind, who immediately set out for Fenris. The Emperor soon arrived upon Fenris and confronted his lost son. Knowing that Russ was in his rebellious stage of maturity, he decided to do what the best dads do. Humiliate the fuck out of him to make him submit. True fatherly love. After being swiftly defeated in combat, Leman Russ swore fealty to his father, the Emperor of Mankind. Fast forward many events I dread I will need to cover in future episodes. The Night of the Wolf will be interesting to cover. Anyway, during the events of the Horus Heresy, Leman Russ and his Legion of Adeptus Astartes, the Space Wolves, stood true to their oath of loyalty and fealty to the Emperor of Mankind. However, they were not present for the final battle of the heresy upon Terra, and arrived too late. The Blood Angel's Primarch Sanguinius was killed by his brother Primarch Horus, and the Emperor himself had been all but killed. Rogel Dorn, the Primarch of the Imperial Fist and by far the best Primarch next to Sanguinius and Russ, placed the Emperor into the Golden Throne to keep him alive. Though alive is a bit of a stretch. Yeesh. Shortly after this, Robert Gulliman instituted the dumbest and most ridiculous thing ever, the Codex Astartes, essentially a dumb rulebook that the kid on the playground would write up to hamper the fun for everyone else. I'll do a video on the Codex Astartes itself another time, but the gist of it is this. The Legionis Astartes must be split up into chapters of no more than 1,000 battle brothers each. Conveniently, the Space Wolves were allowed to essentially ignore the Codex entirely and continue operating under the teachings of Russ. Speaking of, 200 years after the Horus Heresy, Leman Russ was attending a banquet with his Astartes, when his eyes glazed over and he fell to his knees. Immediately after regaining his senses, he called for his mightiest warriors and retainers and left Fenris. The reason we know all of this is because of a young Astartes who was present at the time by the name of Bjorn the Fell-Handed, who is still alive as a dreadnought in the lore. Great, now I have to make a video on what a dreadnought is and who Bjorn is. By the God Emperor, it never ends! To this very day, Leman Russ's fate is completely unknown. It's believed he entered the Eye of Terra itself in search of the Tree of Life, which bears fruit capable of completely restoring the Emperor. However, all that is known for sure is his final words to his sons of the Space Wolves.
Listen closely, brothers, for my life's breath is all but spent. There shall come a time far from now when our chapter itself is dying, even as I am now dying, and our foes shall gather to destroy us. Then, my children, I shall listen for your call in whatever realm of death holds me, and come I shall. No matter what the laws of life and death forbid, at the end I will be there for the final battle, for the wolf time.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want more of these lore videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're feeling in need of more of these, I have a full playlist of the episodes so far on my channel. Next time, I will be covering the Primarch Sanguinius. Anyway, that's it from me, and remember, for the Imperium, my brothers.